Why hello everyone, Spencer here, also known as ScreenSpeak, and in today's video, this is my Evil Dead Burn spoiler review, so without further ado, let's discuss! Alright guys, I am pumped, super pumped. I feel ashy to be here today. Ashy slashy. I like this movie because it felt kind of meta with the ashes and Ash being the original guy. Alright. I love this movie through and through. I would say that this was it's a peak movie for me at any rate. I'm wearing this Deadpool shirt because he has blood and it's red like Evil Dead. Like horror is. Like horror has blood in it. But if you want to know my history on this, I really enjoy. I think that I didn't grow up with the Evil Dead franchise because it came out in the 80s, but I adore it. Like it being like their college project. The first Evil Dead that Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi worked on together. Sam Raimi directed it, and then they did that trilogy, the original trilogy. And you know, I have a ranking of them on Letterboxd. Be sure to check that out. But I don't think I've done a full on like ranking yet, but Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, the third one, is my least favorite of the franchise. I still enjoy it. I think that this franchise has no misses. But, you know, it's like, I'm more of a fan of what these newer movies are doing with, like, the gore and stuff, and I know other people aren't. But I think what I like about it is that I feel like with Evil Dead Rise and this one, Evil Dead Burn, I feel like what they're doing here is incorporating moments of the original, like saying, hey, you got your Deadite action, but it's going to be a bit more gory. It's going to be more over the top. And I like that. Listen, the people, this is the era of, like, let's go full horror. Let's go full with it. Like, let's go jump in the gun. And I know that people, like, aren't going to vibe with all that. Maybe go find a different horror movie. Go watch Obsession. That's not full-on gore, but I don't know, I just, you know, I watched the original. Evil Dead 2 is my favorite, and, like, and then I watched if you want more Ash, go watch the show Ash vs. the Evil Dead. It's 3 seasons long, and it didn't get a lot of momentum because they canceled it because it was on Stars, and, oh my god, I want to, like, insert a clip here. I must insert a clip. I must increase my bust. Anyway, as a reference, not an Evil Dead reference, just a Are You There, Guys, Me, Margaret reference. Anyway, but man, this movie was wild. It's probably the goriest, and you know, I said that about I said that about 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. I feel like those two franchises, man. 28 years later, I cannot believe that this year we've had great horror movies, and I'm looking at it going, I don't want Evil Dead to stop. I don't want it to stop. There is the best end credit scene for a horror movie I have ever seen in my life. Where I watched Cody Leach's video and he was like, he hated the end credit scene. And I'm like, fine, I don't care. I really don't care. I had the best time with it. I'm one of these people that I don't care about these, like, Marvel. Like, yeah, it felt like Marvel, like, we're bringing a character back. And I'll explain, like, what happened. But, so, the main story here, this family, is dealing with the Deadites. But, however, it does take place in this isolated house. Last time it was in a high-rise apartment building, which I like that setting. And I like this setting because it feels like this older house, similar to, like, the cabin in the woods from our previous installments. You know, Evil Dead 1, 2, and then 2013's. However, I don't want to say however, but before I get to the family, the opening is, I was, like, so confused at first, because I thought, oh, is this the same girl that was in the last one? Because there were theories and rumors that the girl, Jessica, from the opening and the bookend, the opening and the ending of last movie, Evil Dead Rise, Jessica, like I said, was going to be in this one, who was at the lake of the last one, and she's at the lake, she's at another lake in this, the opening of this, and I go, oh, okay, so she's back. I said to my dad, we went and saw this together. He loves Evil Dead and Sam Raimi and all that. So we saw this, and we were watching it. I go, oh, she's back. And then as the scene progressed, I'm like, wait, is that Jessica? Because it's a different face. And it's a different actress, and because of that, I looked it up because they wanted a more, they wanted a more a person that could perform more stunts, a better stunt person, stunt double, and I'm like, okay, well, last time she was like rising in the air. Maybe she did more stuff here. I think, and I think the other reason for that is because her head got cut off. Well, actually, I don't even know if that makes sense. They could have just CGI'd it. I don't know. Maybe she was rolling around and they just chopped her head off in post. That's probably my thought. But I don't know. I like the character Jessica. It's the character Jessica, so I'm not gonna make that a downgrade because of the different actress. She was great, peak Deadite in that scene, and then just the car catches on fire, and the way they cut it. So she gets run over, she gets hit by the car, and then it cuts to our main characters in the bar or in the nightclub. I was blown away by the editing choice of that, because it's not just linear. It's like, okay, now what are we doing here? And then we get introduced to our main characters. Hunter Doohan, by the way. Oh, from Wednesday, Daredevil, Muse. Love him in this movie. There's something to be said. Right now, it's my second favorite Evil Dead film, but I love what they did with the ending. So, the car catches on fire, and then we have the title card, Evil Dead Burn. Then we're getting through the story with all this family, and the dad the dad makes the one daughter, not our hero Alice, but our first Deadite. Well, I shouldn't say our first Deadite, because the dad is a Deadite. Oh my gosh, can we talk a minute about well, yeah, so this is what I'm saying. So we go to the funeral scene, and then we see the boyfriend almost being cremated, until we realize he's just burned. He's just burned from the car, and he just rises like an ashy corpse. Oh, it looks beautiful. But we don't see him fully yet. And then we see the dad get infected. And as the movie's progressing, we see the girl from the trailer, her hands get cut off by the door, or her finger gets cut off by the door, and her head has a head seat through it. There's a head seat through her head, and sticking out her mouth. And oh my gosh, then she ends up at the house, and all the chaos starts ensuing. Now, I watched Sean Chandler's video, and some other people say like, okay, it's so isolated, how much can we do this? Now, I feel like this was their way of saying, this is a new, again, this is Burn. Like, I feel like the 2013 one had its moment, because it was recreating that cabin in the woods. This one was isolated in a new house, with it was snowing outside, and with the burning sensation. I love, I love the dishwasher scene. The dishwasher scene was very creative. I'm just following on it, and then drinking the wax. Oh, it was stunning. It was just a new tense moment. By the way, a great moment that freaked the living crap out of me. Well, it freaked me out, and I was like, no. Was when she had a it was like a ink pen, but it was like a knife. I didn't know what it was. It was like a knife pen or something, and it got stuck in her ear, and I was freaked out. I hate things. I hate things like being stuck in the eyeball, but like I don't mind gore, because this is it's not a medical movie. I don't like medical procedural things, but when that thing was stuck in her ear, I was like, get it out now. Oh boy, I was like, anything with needles either, but this wasn't a needle. It was just like, it's in her ear. I want her to be okay. I knew she was going to be, because she was our hero. Alice was fine. The grandma Deadite. That has to be like I have never seen an elderly lady. Actually, I take that back. There was an Evil Dead. I think there was some old ladies, but this old woman being a Deadite, I was like, Granny, what happened? Anyway, so I just love the certain moments in this movie a lot, and I feel like that Evil Dead doesn't let up. And Jason Voorhees is coming back, Freddy Krueger is coming back, A24, Craig Barker, and I think Glenn Powell are working on getting Texas Chainsaw back, and I'm just like, Backrooms did well, Obsession just did well, this movie, Evil Dead, doesn't let up. I think the Halloween Michael Myers franchise needs to take a lesson out of all this, and say, hey, we're going to make something good. We see all this stuff happening in horror, we need to take a lesson from this. I'm like, yes, you do. Final Destination had an amazing movie last year. Halloween, Michael Myers, take a look. Make something good, please. Anyway, I just want to throw that out there, but the end credit scene, let's talk about this. There are so many good things in this movie that let's talk about the ending, because I had a great time with all the kills. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. The final moment, before we get to the end credit scene, when the boyfriend comes back, I called it. I said to my dad, the boyfriend has to come back, because why would they just randomly have him there at the funeral, about to be cremated, and not have him come back? And the final showdown is like, oh my goodness gracious, I was like, what is this? Now, last movie, I think this is why this movie comes over Evil Dead Rise for me. I had the time of my life with Evil Dead Rise, and the post-credit scene of this movie still shows me that I love that movie, and I can love the future of this franchise. So, what I liked is this movie, because it's Byrne, and had the fiery elements of it, and made it a little bit brighter, and you could see our antagonist, the boyfriend, and the ashy boyfriend, Ashy Slashy, that's what they call Ash, but Ash, the ashy boyfriend, and I really like that. I don't know what happened. It really doesn't bother me, but I think one of my I still like Evil Dead Rise, but what knocks it down like just half a point is I can barely see the creature, the Marauder, like when Ellie, the mom, the daughter, the son of last movie, or like and other neighbors are like merged into this creature called the Marauder, which is referenced in these records by the priest, that is mentioned by the priest when he's reading the Necronomicon. And it's like, oh, I can barely see it. I can see it when it gets destroyed, but it's like running around a car and I can barely see it. So I like this one a little, Evil Dead Burn, a little more, because I can see the ashy boyfriend. I can see that, and him trying to get Alice. And it was tense. The music was amazingly composed. With the, like, I don't know what it was, a synth or just like a bass moment. I'm like, whoa, I wasn't freaked out, but I was like, I'm in. I am vibing. I vibed with Evil Dead Rise, but I think the stepping stones from movie to movie is like, I have a great time with all these movies. So that just leads me in. I gotta talk about the end credit scene, or the mid and then the post credit scene, to tell you guys about my excitement for the future of this amazing franchise, which is my favorite horror franchise. So let's get into it. The mid credit scene. Granny comes back and she's okay. Or is she not? Is she okay? She infects. By the way, the movie ends with Alice smoking, like Ready or Not. How the Ready or Not one movie ends, and she's like, meh, my family did this. Or it was like, my boyfriend did this. I was expecting her to say my family, sort of like the in-laws, like in-laws problems, like from Ready or Not, but that's okay. She she tells the paramedic, my boyfriend did this. And then we end with her smoking, and then the granny comes back walking on the street. Now, it did remind me of the 2013 end credit scene, because we see the Mia, or is it Mia? Mia, yeah. So Granny's still infected. She takes over a woman, I think. Just a random woman. That random woman's like, oh my god, are you okay? She's like, yeah, but you're not. And then the post-credit scene, the ending, is Ellie Kemper comes back. Ellie Kemper, I believe was her name. Ellie, the mom. She's like, Mommy is back. I don't care what anybody says, that if the rules are broken. I don't care. I want to see this. Now, if you are a complete imbecile and go, oh my god, how is she back? Here, this is the reason. You didn't listen. You didn't watch the movie. I get it. It's fine. You're a douche, but whatever. You gotta listen to the records the priest was saying in the last movie. And this is what he says. The Marauder, if you join together with the Marauder, you have to be killed by the dagger, or something or other. I may be misinterpreting, but you have to be killed. That's why in this movie, the wise men, the circle of the wise men from Ash versus the Evil Dead, from the TV show that Ash is going to find in the end, when the show ends, they have the Karian dagger in the show, so they're tying this all together. By the way, Bruce Campbell was the grandfather in this movie. I loved it. But yeah, they're tying that all together, and the Marauder, the reason she's still alive is, I don't know if she's a full-on ghost, how she's back, but the fact that she's back, I couldn't believe it, and I'm just saying that the future is bright. Now, the next movie in 2028, Evil Dead Wrath, coming out April 2028, April 7th, 2028, is taking place in the 70s, before any of this happens. So I have a feeling, I don't know if Ash is coming back, if it's a big kept secret. If Ash, Mia, all the survivors, Mia, Beth, and Alice, all team up, maybe even Pablo or Kelly, that would be dope as well, but at least those four, maybe there's the movie survivors, come together to form a team against evil versus Ellie, versus whoever else is back. Maybe Ellie's forming a villain team. I know this is so Marvelized, but I don't care. I want to see the future of this. I said to my theater, my dad heard me, like, was laughing at me. I said, oh no, I said the B word. I called her a B word. And then I said, don't kill the girl. You killed the girl, you B word. I was so mad. And I thought it was hilarious. And the movie just ended. It just went, it just ended without sound. And I think other people heard me and laughed. So it was a wild ride. This movie is a 4.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I had a great time with this. It is an A. It's an A plus. I loved it so much. I think I would give Evil Dead Rise, I don't remember what I said before, but an A minus because I couldn't see the Marauder. And I think this movie takes its nice sweet time to get into the nitty gritty, but once it gets there, it's all out. Like, it's all out. And the fiery moment, like, they use the name Evil Dead Burn literally, seriously, and correctly in this movie. And I couldn't be happier with this. I couldn't be happier with the way they did this movie, the franchise, the future of it. I am excited, stoked, and beyond belief, and pretty happy. Pretty happy myself. So let me know what you thought of Evil Dead Burn if you did see it in the comment section below. Oh, and it's 9.5 out of 10 to correlate that with my Letterboxd score. Don't forget to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Let me know if you saw Evil Dead Burn, or if you haven't, please go check it out. Are you going to go check it out? Or are you kind of just done with the franchise? I would like to hear your honest and truthful thoughts down in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow me. Don't forget to keep calm. Watch the screen. Check you guys. Check you guys? I'm going to check you guys out. No, not in a weird way or anything. I'll see you guys here next time for my Odyssey review coming out next week. Oh my gosh, I'm excited for that. Two great movies in a row. I'm hopeful. Keep my fingers crossed. I've heard great things. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow me. Don't forget to keep calm. Watch the screen. Peace out, everyone. Bye.